So GGG have nerfed Simulacrum because it was completely unplayable before. I saved my Simulacrum for this nerf because I knew it was coming. And well, yeah, spoiler alert, but it didn't go too well, and I'm not too sure that they've nerfed it quite in the way that they intended. So just want to point something out here. I've got a minion build. It's a pretty strong build. I've got 10 minions, 10 laser minions. They've all got maxed out resistances, so like over 80% resistances. They've all got, I think, about 6k health. I've got 7k energy shield nearly, 2k health. I'm pretty strong at this point. I've got plus to levels on minions for everything. They do, I think, roughly around 500,000 DPS, something like that. So, I mean, it starts out all right. Round 1, pretty easy, no problems there. They're moving on to round 2, plus 40% cold damage and 50% elemental resistance. It's not ideal for me because I'm an elemental build, but I do have a lot of pen. So, again, just kind of one shot in the mobs. Not a massive issue. Round 2, pretty quiet, not a lot going on. So round 3, okay, we've got our first little mini boss here. So as you can see, I'm doing roughly, actually that didn't look like 500,000 DPS. Okay, so my damage is a bit nerfed in Simulacrum, but yeah, not too much trouble. And then on to the next round. Okay, so round 4, just kind of shredding our way through these mobs. At this point, I'm feeling confident, I'll be honest. I'm thinking to myself, yes, I can actually get some points into Simulacrum with my minion build, which previously was just impossible. I mean, you can see it's getting a little bit harder. Like there's a few more mobs, but I'm not really in any danger at any point, and I just kind of shred through them. So that's cool. Round 5. So I'm putting my sigil down there as well, that's boosting my damage every time. I'm putting my offering down as well to boost my damage and attack speed. You know, as expected, this is what minions should be doing. They're just one-shotting the mobs before they've got a chance to cause any problems, really. In theory, a minion build should be good on Simulacrum because they're attacking everything all the time. They each individually do enough damage to kind of one-shot mobs, and they get chain damage. So when they hit something, I think it chains 5 times. This should, in theory, be a good build for Simulacrum. Okay, now we got 40% monster damage, 40% extra cold. So okay, I took a bit of a hit there, but nothing too concerning. So still going pretty well. We're getting rares and tankier magic mobs now, but my minions are doing all right. And as you can see, like even the ones just standing in the fire, they're out healing it. So they've got good resistances. They're strong. No major problems. Okay, on to the next round. So round 7, so we're about halfway through. The first wave is always like the one that you got to be prepared for, because a bunch of them will launch themselves at you all at once, and then they're more dispersed after that. So that first wave you got to be prepared for, and especially with this build, with the minions, you got to get the sigil down, you got to teleport the minions in. There's a slight delay on that. Here we've got our 2 mini bosses, and we've just shredded them, no problems. Did take a big hit though. Don't know if you noticed that. Took a pretty chunky hit there. They have got some significant damage modifiers, so it's kind of to be expected, but you know, we're only halfway through this. Okay, round 8. So some extra monster damage, extra lightning damage. Monsters are evasive, doesn't matter. So it does feel like now I'm losing an awful lot of health very quickly, or energy shield should I say. But nothing too major because I'm not getting completely swamped by them. So we're still in control. We've got to move here though. If I just stand in the middle, I'll just get walloped. I mean, technically it doesn't matter if I get stunned because my minions are doing the work. So if I get stunned, they'll still carry on attacking. So a smaller arena as well, which makes it a little bit more tricky, but I mean, I'm taking some pretty big hits there, straight off the cuff. But yeah, not too bad. I'm kind of shredding, and then we got our mini boss. Okay, so he's got about 1 million HP, but that seemed to take a while to kill him. But again, not too bad. Nothing out of control. But this is where the shit really hits the fan, guys. Because we got 2 issues here. Number 1, we're in a very small arena, so we haven't got a lot of room to maneuver. Number 2, the monsters have got 70% more life which means I'm probably not going to be one-shotting things here, and they're penetrating 25% of my resistances. So this is round 10, so only 2/3 of the way through, and now things get a little spicy, should we say. So I'm just doing my thing, dodging, wandering around, letting my minions do the work. Not too bad, not too bad. I mean, they're holding their own. Right, now we've got our mini boss. Again, not too bad. They're kind of shredding him. It does seem quite tanky. So the damage is a bit nerfed there, but that's fine. None of my my entire minion wave didn't get one shot, so that's good news. So 2/3 of the way through. Okay, so you think, you know, it's not going to be too bad here. 75% monster life now. 39% more monster damage. And they've got more movement speed, accuracy, and elemental resistances. So they're going to be a lot harder to kill at this point. So what's going to happen here? Just bear in mind, I've gone one level up here. My minions are running like... You've got to remember, if my minions die, I've got nothing to attack with. I'm just running around in circles. So I need these guys to stay alive. But they're getting a bit beat up here. And then we get our 2 bosses spawn. And this is where it gets a little out of control. Okay, so my minions are just dead. I'm in trouble here. I need to wait for them to respawn while dodging everything that's flying around the arena. Okay, they're back. They're back. We're still in control at this point in time. They're getting one shot now, which is an issue. But we're going to get through this round. No problems. So I had to do a fair amount of dodging, running around and whatnot, but nothing too serious there. Okay, so we're heading in around 12, and this is where things are about to get ridiculously over the top. Bear in mind, this is round 12, so this is not even the last round. All right, got my sigil down. They're just absolutely diving their way in now. I'm worried for my minions at this point because they're kind of running low, and then this is where it becomes an issue. Right, bear in mind, round 12, yeah. Look at that. So my minions have just got one shot. Okay, I'm thinking, well, I can spawn back in and maybe do something about this. These 2 mini bosses are basically full life, full energy shield. So I spawn in, immediately one shots all of my minions, and I've got one left, and then I get one shot. I mean, look at it. How is this playable? This is round 12. This is not round 15. This is round 12, right? Strong minion build, one shot again. Okay, so we're down to our last 2 attempts. At this point, I'm sort of thinking like, yeah, I'm probably not going to do this. Right, so I've spawned in. My minions haven't even spawned. I'm already down 4k energy shield. I am trying to heal myself here. My minions have spawned in again, but they're immediately killed. There's just no way of dealing with this. There's absolutely no way of dealing with this. Because that mob's built up so quickly, if they one-shot my minions at any point in time, even if I didn't have a minion build, I'm not sure this would be possible. Like, with a minion build, it's definitely not. Look at that. But what can I do? How do you outplay that? How do you outplay that? So yeah, I've resigned myself to failure at this point, so there's literally nothing I can do. So yeah, just stand there and take it like a man. And that is that. That is all she wrote. So I don't know what your thoughts are on this, if you tried the new Simulacrum, but honestly, GGG, I do not think you've got the balance right. Appreciate you guys nerfed it because it needed nerfing, but like, it is still utterly ridiculous. But anyway, my suggestion to you guys would be avoid playing Simulacrum for the time being. If you were having troubles with it before, you are definitely still going to have troubles with it now. Avoid playing it for the time being. Save your Simulacrum, unless you got one of these, you know, tank builds where you just stand there and get hit and you don't die, or you've got a one-shot wave clear. You're going to struggle on this. So anyway, I hope you learned something from that and you enjoyed the video, guys. GG, take care of yourselves, and until next time, goodbye.